I'm here with Shozo at the Hakone Gardens. And Shozo, can you tell me what you do here?
Yes, I am the Executive Director for the Hakone Foundation. We manage and operate the park on behalf of the city of Saratoga.
I'm told that this is an authentic Japanese garden. Why authentic Japanese?
Well, garden was actually designed by the Stein family, Isabel and Oliver Stein, back in 1917. And what they did was they traveled throughout Japan to get different ideas for their own personal garden. And so part of their trip included Fuji Hakone National Park, and they fell in love with it because of its design and being on a hillside. And so based on the property that they had purchased, they felt that it would best resemble a true Japanese garden.
Wow, it's beautiful. Can you tell us a little bit more about the history of the garden?
Well, the Stein family visited the Panama Pacific Exposition in San Francisco in 1915.
Okay.
And while there, they saw the Japan Pavilion and fell in love with Japan and its culture. And so in 1916, Mrs. Stein actually traveled to Japan with her eldest son, toured around the various gardens like I mentioned, and then they came back and designed their own garden here on the hillside of Saratoga. And they built the upper house in 1917, and they actually used this residence as their own private retreat.
When did they open it up to the public?
Well, Hakone went through 3 different private ownerships. The Steins were the original owners. They owned it from 1915 all the way to 1932. Major Charles Lee Tilden then bought it in 1932, and his stepdaughter and grandson eventually owned it. In 1960, they sold the property to a group of 6 partners, partnership group, and they owned it from 1960 to 1966. And then in 1966, they decided that they wanted to sell the property, and they offered it to the city of Saratoga. And the city of Saratoga then purchased it in 1966, and it became one of their city parks.
Do they have lots of events here? Is it open to events like weddings and stuff like that, or is it just for viewing?
No, we're open to the public every day except for Christmas and New Year's, but we're also a very popular location for wedding receptions and ceremonies just because of the natural beauty.
Have you ever visited the Japanese garden in San Francisco?
I haven't been to the one in San Francisco. I've been to the one in San Jose. One of the big differences between those 2 gardens or any other public garden or botanical park is that Hakone was actually designed and built to be a private residence and personal Japanese garden.
The family that originally owned it, do you have a little bit of background on them that you can share with us?
Well, Oliver and Isabel Stein were residents of San Francisco, and Oliver Stein was a developer. And so he developed a lot of, I'm not sure exactly which building, but he was a developer in San Francisco, one of the early developers. And so that's where he made his wealth. And so they were able to purchase the property here. They purchased 15 acres so that they could build and design their own Japanese garden.
So this garden is actually 15 acres.
Well, there's a total of 15 acres of gardens and trailways. Total property that they purchased, that is owned by the city now, is 18 acres.
Do they have any descendants that are still alive that you know of?
Yes, actually there are descendants of the Stein family. Peter Stein, who is the grandson of Oliver and Isabel, is still residing here in the Bay Area.
But they don't have any kind of affiliation with this except by name?
Yes, the property was sold in 1932, so they no longer have anything in terms of ownership of the property, but they are still, they are members of Hakone Foundation, so they visited often.
Awesome. I think it's just a remarkable garden. What would you encourage people to make sure that they see when they visit?
Well, I think what people really enjoy is the quiet and serenity of the gardens. When you come here and you can see the fish swimming in the pond, or you can hear the waterfall in the background, and you know there's so many different aspects. There's trailways that go up into the bamboo garden and up into the hillside here, and you get different views and perspectives of the garden.
That's wonderful. What haven't I asked you that you think people should know?
You know, the beauty, everybody thinks of cherry trees and the cherry blossoms, and it's beautiful in the springtime when the cherry blossoms bloom. But then throughout the rest of the time, like right now, the wisteria are starting to bloom, so you get a lot of purple and white. And then the azaleas are colorful this time of year. And even in the summertime, when there aren't too many flowers blooming, you have all the different color shades of green. So it's really beautiful.
You have been so informative. I am so grateful that you took the time to answer our questions, and thank you so much.
Well, thank you for visiting.
I understand there's a tea house up there imported from Japan. I think I'm going to go up and have a look at it. The old Japanese masters valued the old and the rustic, and this is certainly it.
Okay, I put the tea here. Okay?
Okay.
You want some tea? Yes, flower.
It's beautiful.
Yes, bakudan nuri special. Yeah, design for that.
I want
Oh,
you to get that shiny finish. What part of
yeah.
Japan is good?
Yes. Yes.
Suki Sensei, how long have you been teaching tea?
How?
How long have you been teaching tea?
34, but 35. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
You are welcome.
For me, this experience was exactly what I needed at this time in my life. There's so much history, beauty, and tranquility here. The fact that we live in the heart of the Silicon Valley, where there's so much stress and madness going on, it's amazing that you can escape from it just 10 minutes away, in my case, and find this beauty. And my hope is more people will discover it like I have by accident. Thanks to the producer of this segment, Mel, I did not realize this peaceful escape existed. And so for me, I'm leaving here peaceful and feeling renewed and hoping to share this experience with my friends and my family.
What are these?
Oh, these yeah, succulents.
Succulents.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, welcome to the show calligraphy performance. We will introduce the performer, Master Yukiko Tadiguchi Sensei. Yukiko Sensei is honored to be here to perform at Hakone Garden. She's been teaching Shodo in her class in San Jose and at Stanford University since 2008. She enjoys karaoke and she is also a part of our choir group. Please enjoy her performance. She has finished writing kokoro. It means heart, heart, and soul. Now she's going to stamp her lakang. Lakang is a name stamp which she hand carved for today's performance. If you become a master, you will receive the master name and you can make your own lakang. She's done with the word kokoro. Kokoro. Now we will give a present to the birthday girl or boy. Anybody's birthday today?
And we do the other techniques real quick.
Are you preparing for something?
We are.
Yeah, we got a demonstration in 15 minutes.
Huh? What's it called?
Shorinji Kempo.
What does that mean?
Loosely translated means like Shaolin temple fist, but it's not the same as from China.
How did you learn to do this?
Over 10 years, one day I was walking down the street in San Francisco and I heard kiai, the sound we make when we punch. Ah! But it was super loud. I followed it for like 3 blocks. Found my sensei, fell in love.
Has your life changed?
Immensely.
How?
I've grown up a lot. I've learned a lot more patience, and actually, if it wasn't for Shorinji Kempo, I wouldn't be a father.
How can that be?
Well,
A long story?
not so long. So my my master asked me to start coming to Saturday class with the kids to help teach. I wasn't very good at first, but over time, 2 years or so, I started to become better at teaching, and then I had a good relationship with the other kids. When that happened, one day my wife saw me interacting with these kids after I had come home for years complaining about how it wasn't very good for them and like how it was frustrating them and how bad it felt. But then when she saw us playing together, then she said, you know what, I think you could be a good father. Let's have a baby. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Other than that, in your personal life, how has it focused you?
Whoa. So that's the longer story. So we practice Zen in motion. So instead of static meditation, just sitting and breathing and clearing our minds, we practice this while we're actually moving, which is a very powerful tool for learning focus in your daily life. Because if you can focus, if you can empty your mind and focus when you're being punched and kicked and thrown, you can take that focus anywhere.
Okay, I look forward to your demonstration.
Thank you very much.
How long have you been teaching?
Since 2004, so what is that, 13 years now? Yeah.
Wow. How did you get started?
I started as a teenager with my teacher in San Francisco. It's been there for close to 40 years now.
And how has this changed your life?
How has it changed my life?
Yes.
I think, in the beginning I just wanted to try something different,
Yeah.
but now it's like the fun of teaching as well as the fun of meeting different kinds of people.
Right.
Yeah, there's tons of people that I wouldn't have met without this martial art, and not just here but worldwide actually. Yeah.
I think that this form of art it instills a lot of discipline, right? Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. It teaches you to focus, clear your mind.
Yes.
What else do you learn from this? Defending yourself?
Defending yourself and also how to work with different people is
Okay.
probably the biggest part. Yeah, and
Okay.
you learn to respect each other's difference as well as similarities, and you just get to interact with a lot of different people and learn from each other.
And I'm looking at the people over there that are about to perform, and I see lots of different age differences and age groups.
Yes.
We're starting our demonstration with a short meditation. Each of our class started with a meditation. We last from, I'd say, about 5 minutes or so, as a good transition from your daily activity, whether it's your work, school, whatever else that's happening, and a way to refocus for the day and focus onto the training. down. Move! Okay, 10 punches on my count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next up is Brandon and Jared, who will show you a slightly advanced version of what you just saw. Different set of techniques and slightly more complicated combinations. So what you saw there is what we refer to as embu, or a technical performance. And I wanted to show that first so you get a sense of what the techniques look like as a set. It's sort of, if I make an analogy to a game of chess, you got to see the game from beginning to checkmate there.
This is an obi, and I'm told it's very unusual Japanese design. It's almost bohemian and almost psychedelic.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. You see? And I would never use it as an obi. I'm thinking of hanging it from a curtain. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's all silk, and it's $20. I cannot resist this.
No, you shouldn't.
Wait,
You have permission to buy it.
Can you grab one in? Can you back up just so we can see how long this is? Okay, can we flip it this way so she can see? Visitors to my home say that everything in it is peculiar, and that's true. I can't stand anything that's expected. And in Japanese circles, this is very strange, yes?
It's not exotic. No. Yeah. The $10 and $10
Every time I make a vow to hold off on buying things, to be very careful about my money, it sabotages on me and I blow it.
You can use it as a base.
Thank you.
My name is Yoshi Karahashi.
Yoshi, could I have your opinion on something?
Sure.
I just got this obi. Can I have your opinion on it? Take it out and take a look. Can I get your frank opinion about this?
He's not going to wear it.
Well, look at the other side.
Pretty nice.
Would you say this is non-traditional?
The pattern is not very traditional, but it's not like risque or anything. It's pretty good.
Tell him what you're going to do with it now.
I'm going to use it as a curtain separator.
Good idea. I think that's a good use. Yeah,
We don't want to see you running
right.
around town wearing it, Mel.
it's the right size for it,
Yeah.
I think.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Okay,
so
thank
much.
you.
It's great
Thank you very
to
much.
meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for allowing us and inviting us to celebrate your 100th celebration with you.
Well, you're welcome. This is our 18th annual Matsuri, so I'm glad you're able to join us in the festivities.
We did. We saw some great demonstrations. We experienced a live band. I think it's a great event, and you couldn't ask for a better day.
It was a
for this
beautiful day.
event.
Yeah, it was a beautiful day, and this is all what part of Hakone is about, is to be able to share the Japanese culture with the community. And so we're happy that the weather was great and people were able to turn out in good numbers.
You're doing a great job, so continue.
Thank you
and
very
you'll
much.
be seeing more of us.
Thank you very much.
We're mixing East and West in a true sense of the word. We are having a rock band it's a local rock band called Working as Intended.